Hey everybody, Sean here at GDC 2010, and I am currently joined by Mathieu Girard from Ubisoft, who's here to tell us about R.U.S E. Mathieu, how you doing?
I'm doing good. We're here today at the Intel booth during R.U.S E for the, well, not the first time, but we have some cool stuff to show, especially as it's the open beta test, which has started a few days ago.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. It's obviously running on PC, but you've got an Xbox 360 controller hooked up, so it's running on consoles, but it also works with a console controller on PCs, right?
Yes, absolutely. The game is not linked to a form of control, so you can play it on a mouse and keyboard, on a pad, and even on some cool multi-touch devices as well.
Alright, we'll actually take a look at that later on, but let's go ahead and get a game started right here and just sort of, describe what's going on for our audience here and, just tell us about R.U.S E.
Okay, so we're going to play a simple skirmish battle against an AI to show you the basic mechanics of the game. So in R.U.S E, well, the first thing which stands out is the engine, obviously, because you can instantly zoom in, zoom out on a huge battlefield, even though it's actually one of the smallest maps in the game. So you have all the details to the ground level, which are amazing, and also you can take that to your advantage, because you can hide some troops in forests, in cities, to get an edge on the enemy. But now let's get back to how you build an army, because in R.U.S E you are a full-fledged strategist in charge of the economy, building of structures, units, etc. So you open the production menu and then you're going to select a supply depot to capture resources on the map. So 1, 2. It's a very simple system. The game snaps automatically to the nearest objective. So you just select the target and then construction trucks are going to be sent to capture the depot, and then you will have money trucks getting back to your base, giving you more money to construct more units. The thing is, in this game, supply lines are a valid target for you or the enemy, meaning that these supply trucks are very weak and can be intercepted by the enemy. So you can do exactly the same thing to the enemy. You can strike him with a surprise attack and really suffocate him, depriving him of his economy.
Before we get into all the cool stuff, the deception and all that, let's talk about how the controller is different from using a mouse and keyboard.
Well, actually, I would say the navigation is in a way, even more pleasant on the pad, meaning that you simply translate with a left stick, rotate and zoom in with the right stick, so you can actually have a plane-like motion in the map, and it's very easy to find your bearings. You have a hotspot system on the screen, which is automatically snapping to the nearest valid objective, meaning that when you zoom into something which is actually interesting, there's some kind of random place on the map. So everything is done, including auto-follow systems or automatic objective presentation, so that it's very easy to play with the pad. You don't have to be accurate to scroll all the way on the map. Okay, so let's build some units here. So you start by building a tank factory, for instance. You can build some airfields to create some airplanes, bombers, fighters, etc. So again, you send a construction truck and it's going to build the structure, and once it's assembled, then you can start constructing units. So producing units is very simple. You go to the menu, select the units, and then leave the button press 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and then choose a location to produce them. Check out how it's intersected by the environment in terms of firing distance. Then once you validate it, it's being produced, dispatched automatically, so you can go to another part of the battle, dispatch another unit, for instance a light tank here, and then the game automatically takes charge of that. It's going to produce from the nearest factory all the units you want. So this is for the basics of building an economy, producing units, etc. But now let's talk about deception, because R.U.S E is a game about deception, perception. So you see everything of what is going on in the enemy's base. You see some production building, you see some of his supply lines working on. You also see some unknown units here, so you know there's something here, but you don't know exactly what. So in R.U.S E, you don't have a classical, binary fog of war. You see what's going on, but only partially. So you have to verify, alter, transform the information with the deception skill, the R.U.S.Es, which give the game its name. So in the menu, you have a list of 10 deception skills, which will allow you to create false information, to hide information, to steal information from the enemy, or even to influence the psychology of units. So you can terrorize the enemy, make your units fight to the death, for instance. So let's start with a simple camouflage net, which in this sector allows me to completely hide my base, my production facility, so the enemy cannot use artillery or bombing to destroy it. You can also use, for instance, a decryption plan. So Decryption is it's inspired by the Enigma machine in World War II, which was cracked by the British forces, so that they could anticipate what the enemy was doing. So with this system, you can actually read enemy orders, and it appears in the form of big arrows showing he's going to move here, so I know exactly where to wait for him with the right counter. And finally, you can, for instance, use decoy units. So let's build a fake tank offensive. So you select a zone, and then the game is going to create fake wooden tanks in these sectors, and to the enemies they look just as real. So it's going to try to attack them, lose some time, while maybe you attack from the other side with a radio silence where units are invisible. So it's a very simple system. You can always zoom out to check what's going on, how much time remains for each of the ruses, and it's very easy to read a battle plan with this system. So it's one of the big, I think, achievements of R.U.S.E. is the ability to really make your plan, understand what's going on, and master it.
All right, so now that we have a basic idea of how the game works, how the units and deceptions and all that operate, we're going to check out an extra special control scheme that you guys have on display today, the multi-touch.
So what we're showing is an interactive screen, which is working on like any compatible Windows 7 multi-touch screen. So you just basically choose it in the options of the game, then you can control the game directly with your fingers. So in terms of motion, you can use 2 fingers to translate the view, so it's very natural and quick. You have lots of precision. You can also zoom in, zoom out very easily. You can rotate the view, so it's very natural control. In terms of control of units, then you can select them individually, choose a location, check out this, validate. You can use multiple selection. Whoops, sorry. So it's a very easy way to play the game. And actually, I think for a strategy game, it's the way to go, because you just open the menu, select what you want. It's well, you have to aim precisely still. But then it's what strategy games are supposed to be. But still, if you don't have that, you can still play with the mouse and keyboard and gamepad. But now these kind of screens are becoming mainstream. It's not like the big tables we showed before, which were more in the range of thousands of dollars. This is more a few $100s, so it's affordable, and it's the next cool stuff you're going to see.
All right, I appreciate you taking the time to show us the game, but this isn't really the only place that people can check out R.U.S.E, right?
Well, actually, since a few days ago, you can go to Steam, play the game, the beta, for free. Get access to skirmish against EA, like I showed to you. You can play multiplayer on 7 maps, play 6 factions, 200 units. We have lots of improvement from the previous VIP beta test, based on the community feedback. So check it out, it's free.
Excellent. And as far as the final game, when will that be out and which systems is it out for?
So the game is going to be released on June 8th on PC, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
Thank you very much, Mathieu.
Thank you.
So that's your look at R.U.S E. Make sure to check out all of our GDC coverage at gdc.gamespot.com.